are week 16 already. Amazing. What a season. We've had a Millionaire Maker winner. We've had multiple thousands of dollars tournament winners. I've had a good year. This video has done great. And it's not over. We got week 16, a big week, which we'll come back to. Week 17. And then for those paying attention, if you're not a GPPmaster.com member, or if you are, strategy session right before the NFL playoffs where you have 3 weeks on DraftKings. Wildcard, divisional, and championship, where the professional so-called players move to the NBA, and you have an absolute chance to either win a tournament, place top 10 in a tournament, and bring home that money. And if you haven't had that one win, all it takes is one. That's our mantra. So what is happening week 16? It's an interesting week. We have most of the games tomorrow, Saturday, Christmas Eve, in a 12-game slate. That's where the Millionaire Maker is. That's where the big tournament money is. But we also have, you can play Saturday night in the 2 Sunday games in a tournament. You can play the Sunday games in a Monday night game. So there are other ways to play this. But today in this video, we're focused on the big money, big cash prize tournaments, which are Saturday's 12-game slate tomorrow. Millionaire Maker is a $1,500 entry this week. So here's what I would say. We talk about this all the time. You have to have the budget and then to be able to play 10 to 30 lineups. So if you're going to go spend $1,500 to win the million, I'd rather see you go spend 30 different lineups in the $50 DraftKings tournament, $100K to the winner. Or you could do 20 of that and a huge chunk in the $4 tournament. So, you know, if you want to take the one kick at the can of Millionaire Maker, by all means, give it your best shot, watch the video, put your best lineup together and go for it. But I like the odds and your opportunity better by having, again, that budget and enough lineups to be able to make diversity and change a few things around. Anyway, we are going to focus on the $50 tournament, $100,000 the first. Still room left in that, plenty of room today. The $4 tournament, $100,000 the first, and the $1,500 Millionaire Maker, same strategy, but you get one shot at it. So this week at quarterback, I like to play a lot of quarterbacks in the smaller tournaments and then kind of hone in my top 3 in the bigger tournaments. So I think there's a lot of plays this week, and there's a lot of sneaky plays. But for the top 3, I do think Matt Ryan should be the chalk. $7,200. I do like him a lot. He may get dragged down a little bit based on Julio Jones' injury, but Panthers are the absolute worst pass defense in the league, 32nd, 52.5 over-under. So Vegas thinks there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game, and it won't be too many on the ground for Atlanta because Carolina's pretty good against the run. And it's possible Luke Kuechly's back for this game. So check in with us Saturday morning for updates because Luke Kuechly definitely impacts that 32nd ranking in that defense. They are not the 32nd defense with him in there, but Ryan had a massive 30-plus fantasy point, DraftKings point game against Carolina earlier in the season, and this is a good game, big game for them. I expect them to come out throwing. I do like Ryan there, but he will be the chalk, so just be aware of that. My number 2, so I've said it all year, do not fade Tom Brady until Tom Brady proves he needs to be faded, and I don't think that's happening. So, yeah, it's going to be a sloppy day in Foxborough. My only concern, but not a big one, because the weather's actually supposed to be rainy and kind of cool in the morning. And by halftime, it sounds like it could be all done. Could be. So keep an eye on the weather and being the only factor. And Brady, obviously, $7,700. So he's the number 1 price quarterback, but I do not think he will be the chalk. I just don't. I think there'll be Matt Ryan. There'll be other plays out there. I love Brady. Against the Jets, coming off that Denver game. I just think this is a game he could absolutely come out there and throw for 4 to 6 touchdowns. Jets are harder to run on, and, the Patriots like to give it to the Jets. So this is a chance to really lock up home field advantage and clinch everything. So I expect Brady to come out firing in this game to anyone and everyone he can fire to, and against a pretty banged up and weak Jets 20-something ranked pass defense. Then the third quarterback I like, and this is kind of a 3A, 3B. So I like Derek Carr at $6,800. And I also like Andrew Luck on the other side of that game. That game is, again, the second biggest over-under total in Vegas. So they expect it to be high scoring. The weather's going to be great. 52.5 points. Colts are the 27th pass defense. in the NFL. The Raiders are weak as well. So you have kind of weak pass defenses against strong quarterbacks, potential for a shootout. A little more concerned about the Raiders' ability to run the ball on the Colts, but I think you're going to see a nice aerial back and forth game here. You could actually do a double stack where you go Carr, Crabtree, or Carr, Cooper, and Hilton, or Luck, Hilton, and Crabtree. So love that one as the third. On the running back, so again, there's a lot of good running back plays this week down the value chain. You got Le'Veon Bell not playing on the Saturday slate. You got Zeke Elliott not playing on the Saturday slate. You have David Johnson, who is matchup proof and will be the lowest owned he is all season this week. He's had 2 okay weeks in a row, and he's playing against Seattle. So, top 3 run defense. That does not mean David Johnson cannot put up 25, 30, 35 fantasy points. So he's an interesting play, but he is challenging against Seattle in a big game for Seattle. So I do like Jordan Howard. He gets the ball, 6,300, playing the Skins. The Skins deceptively bad against the run, actually. And, Bears got a rookie quarterback. I just see, Howard getting his 20 carries in this game and having some big plays. Jonathan Stewart just shredded. Jonathan Stewart, he's, certainly not an elite back, shredded the Redskins on Monday night. Like DeMarco Murray against Jacksonville, $7,000. Again, you got to worry about Henry. He's taken some carries away. I never loved that down the stretch. And Henry's a viable back. I would not play him in a tournament, but he's a viable back. But DeMarco has the chance to just go off in this game against Jacksonville. Jacksonville, stronger pass defense, much more vulnerable against the run, and DeMarco can catch him and run him. And I think you're going to see him break a couple this week. Third, is an interesting kind of 3 people to look at here. So, kind of tough not to love LeSean McCoy. I mean, he's playing the Dolphins in a 30th ranked run defense. Buffalo's the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL. McCoy goes off now every week. I mean, he's just been going nuts. You have a little concern about Gillislee stealing a goal line, stealing a touchdown. That may happen, but I think even if it does, McCoy has that kind of great floor and high ceiling, big play, catch, run against a vulnerable run defense of the Dolphins, really vulnerable. In Buffalo, cold weather. I don't think you have a lot of downside. He's expensive, so McCoy's going to have to deliver, but I think he's a really nice play there. Then I think, this is the week. So kind of like we talked about Luck Carr in this San Francisco Rams game, it's interesting. So San Francisco is the worst run defense in the NFL, the worst run defense I've seen in years. I mean, years. 1 week they'd given up 9 100-yard rushes in a row. So here's Todd Gurley, the most disappointing fantasy player of the 2016 season, hands down, traditional, daily, whatever you want to call it. Relatively cheap, $5,000 and change, at home, in good weather, going up against a high school rushing defense. So if he's ever going to break out, this is the week. But what you're going to see is everybody feels that way. So I think you're going to have a higher ownership of Gurley than he deserves, than he's shown, than that offense has proven they can run. I think he'll probably have a good game. I don't think he has massive upside. But interesting, the flip side of that game, Carlos Hyde, around the same price point, absolutely the bellwether back, gets the ball, catches the ball, PPR, big play potential, gets it in the red zone, doesn't get a lot of carries stolen by backups. So I actually like the Hyde and the flip side of that game more than I like Gurley. And interesting, coming back to that Jordan Howard Bears game, the Bears' run defense is where they're weak. And Rob Kelly's been running pretty well. I just don't think Rob Kelly gives you the ceiling you need. He's got a good floor. He can score a couple short touchdowns, but he isn't going to give you that 30-point game that DeMarco, McCoy, Hyde, and Howard can give you.